you don't remember, many such years ago, it would have been back in 2021, Activision Blizzard was sued for a bunch of discriminatory practices at their offices relating to the ladies of the office. Were suing on basis of gender discrimination, pay, all of these things. Yes. And they have just now settled this lawsuit to the tune of $55 million.
Yeah.
You see this?
So this is a settlement being paid out to all of the female employees that worked for them between 2015 and 2020, claiming that they were discriminated against at the company, including they were denied promotion opportunities and they were paid less than men for doing substantially similar work.
So
that's carrying a lot.
I put a poll up today, ladies and gentlemen. I said, who treats their female employees worse, Disney or Activision Blizzard? And right now, Disney is winning with 61% of the vote. But it reminded me of this old article from The Verge. And this is from June of this year. And I think I read this and then we never ended up talking about it. But it says, in 2021, the state of California sued Activision Blizzard, alleging that the video game publisher fostered a pervasive culture of harassment going back years. Details in the suit spoke of cube crawls where male employees would get drunk and walk around the workplace, subjecting female employees to inappropriate behavior.
Sounds like they need more work to do if they have this much free time.
It alleged that the male employees would pawn off responsibilities to their female coworkers, how women of color were passed up for opportunities given less to tenured workers, and how a senior World of Warcraft developer was so infamous for his harassment of women with his very famous Cosby suite.
Yes, they cited a problematic, quote, frat boy culture at the company, and the only person who was named in this lawsuit, besides their CEO and president, was a World of Warcraft developer named Alex Afrasiabi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, who had the so-called Cosby suite at BlizzCon 2013. And this was a hotel room by that nickname, referencing Bill Cosby's many R-word allegations that had come out at the time.
To Mary beforehand, I said it was 2013. It was a different time in the culture. That's a decade ago now.
Yes. So during that company event for BlizzCon, this man would allegedly hit on female employees, telling them he wanted to marry them, attempting to kiss them and putting his arms around them in plain view of other male employees, including supervisors, who had to intervene and pull him off of the female employees. He was known to engage in harassment of females, and that his suite was nicknamed the Cosby Suite after alleged rapist Bill Cosby. And they also had a group chat at the time of BlizzCon 2013 called the BlizzCon Cosby Crew, where one of their designers, David Kosak, said, "I'm gathering the hot chicks for the cause." Get it? The cause. The cause. Yeah. And then Alex said, "Bring 'em. You can't marry all of them, Alex," Kosak writes.
Well, he says yes, he can.
He said, "I can. I'm Middle Eastern." I don't know what that's supposed to be talking about, but okay.
I thought polyamory was in these days. They could totally marry them all.
Yeah. And there were also photos of a lot of Blizzard employees inside this hotel suite where they were doing informal networking. I guess women weren't allowed in. It was a boys' club.
But news of the suite was just the opening salvo in what would become a battery of reporting, documenting the kinds of harassment that went on at the Activision Blizzard company. Current and former employees shared their stories, including how a woman was demoted for allegedly reporting her harasser, how a nursing mother had her breast milk stolen from the company refrigerators, and how one employee's sexual harassment led to their death by suicide.
Wow.
$55 million lawsuit.
That's insane. Do you think that there's some credibility to all of these claims?
I don't know if credibility is. I can't know for sure that any of this stuff happened. All I've got is everyone's word that it did. Right.
I've pointed out this conflict before, that the so-called misogynists in gaming culture The media can't decide whether to frame them as these basement-dwelling loser incels or frame them as chauvinistic frat guys.
So what are they?
So what exactly are they?
You can't be both.
Yeah.
You have to pick one or the other. Are they basement-dwelling nerds?
Those are two different archetypes that can't really coexist.
Are they the living embodiment of the well actually meme, or are they the Chad meme? Which one?
Yet, in the Cosby suite, no alleged sexual assault instances happened. It was just things he was doing in public view.
At the con, right? He was putting his arms around the women, saying he wanted to marry them, attempting to kiss them is definitely... look, if with all the stuff that's
sounds
going
like
on
he was
now,
just drunk in public at a work event and other people didn't approve of what he was doing, since it says other male employees stopped him from behaving that way.
I'm wondering if this is going to contribute every year to, like, I'm picturing a graph that says like company Christmas parties are on the downslope, just like nobody's willing to do it anymore because they don't want to have to every year they basically have to write it into the budget, like what's the sexual assault claim we're going to have to settle after the company Christmas party.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, holiday party.
Do you think that company, like office Christmas parties, are based or cringe?
Do the Christmas parties. Look, we wouldn't have John McClane in Die Hard if it wasn't for a Christmas party. You need the Christmas party. Mm-hmm. And in this, so it was $55 million was the settlement. $45.75 million of the settlement has been set aside for the payouts, which means that the firm that did the suing is going to get a hefty $10 million. Looks like about $10 million. They've agreed to take steps to ensure fair pay and promotional practices. So they're going to have to, this is the other thing though, like a lot of those claims, like the claims about not making the same for substantially similar jobs could also be the result of gender wage gap stuff. You know, the men are like, look, I'm not doing this job for less than this amount. And the women are like, okay, I guess I'll do the job for this amount. Like not getting promotions. Like if I was these companies now, just hire dudes. Then you don't have to worry about any of this stuff happening.
Remember a lot of employees at Nintendo complaining because, I mean, these people weren't game developers. They were beta testers.
Yes.
They were complaining because they were underpaid, undercompensated for their time, which it just sounds like the easiest job in the world to be not a developer, but a game tester.
There's a $20 super chat here from the red-nosed rain derp.
We're not going to say the first part of that.
I mean, I don't know if that really matters. It says, he's the actually guy. If he had been Chad Thundersnake, there wouldn't be complaints about the attempted kiss. You can usually figure these things out through context.
The actually guy?
The well actually meme. The guy with the fat guy with the glasses and the balding head and the going bald head. It says, well, actually.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen an image of this guy, but we'll have to take your word for it.
Look up the well actually meme.
I think I've seen it.
Yeah,
I think I know what you're referring to.
You've seen it before. But yeah, like with a lawsuit like this, I actually didn't imagine that we were going to get this resolved, but it is California.
Maybe it's all the like software development nerds who weren't the frat guys in college that are now living out their fantasies of being in that frat boy culture once they enter the workplace.
Yep. Amidst the reporting, the Wall Street Journal released their own report accusing Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick of knowing about, ignoring, and in some cases perpetuating harassment of his employees. He apologized for some allegations, including one where he left a voicemail threatening to have his assistant killed, but denied the others.
What?
And in a new interview with Variety, Kotick further denied the Activision Blizzard had any pervasive issues with abuse. Instead, he blamed labor organizers for the company problems. Well, it's always the union's fault. I'm with you, buddy.
Well, this happened obviously many moons ago at BlizzCon 2013. There was a photo of them posing around a framed portrait of Bill Cosby. I wonder who procured that. But we were wondering, wait, why didn't they name it the Weinstein Suite? And we were like, oh, that was before Me Too. Well before Me Too.
Yep.
So, yeah, this didn't age so well.
So the Kotick described the reporting done on employee harassment and abuse at Blizzard as mischaracterizations, while asserting that the company had a relatively low percentage of harassment claims for its 17,000 employees. A transparency report released Wednesday outlined the company's standing in relation to several stated goals, like increasing the number of women it employs and the number of harassment claims it receives and acted upon. So I'm hoping they want it to go down, not up. Not like the number of women should go up and the number of claims should go down if you're doing this right.
Yeah, but to quote Matt Walsh, name one institution that has been substantially improved by putting more women in positions of leadership.
Yep.
I don't think this is going to go as well as they think.
Yep.
Actually,
So,
and 17,000 employees, when you compare that to Disney, that's in the hundreds of thousands. They have 9,000 of their female employees claiming discrimination, and not nearly on the same level that Activision employees are. They're just talking about a wage gap over
Yes.
at Disney. So it looks like you would be in a worse position as a female employee at Activision Blizzard.
And
But
a
this
lot-
also paved the way for Microsoft to buy
Yeah.
Activision Blizzard. So I guess that's a blessing in disguise for them.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.